Yeah, hi there. I'm going to show a little bit about my Excel translator that I created for translating MyBB. I was having a little issue there with all those PHP files and decided to make a little GUI on top of it. This is convenient for updating and working in the future because I can search the entire, all my files and do things like find and replace through all the files or through some. Right now, this is full of my Icelandic translating, so it's my current worksheet. I'm gonna basically delete all this stuff and re-import it just to show how it works. This here is the control panel, as it says here. It's the first few columns are file manager, which basically I downloaded from learnexcelmacro.com. It's just convenient file manager that downloads all the files within a folder. You can choose with or without the subdirectory. And here you can select the file type. So this window was actually a little bit bigger last time I checked. Something went wrong here, but that's easy enough to resize. But I only need the PHP file, so I'll select that. Before I do that, I'm going to save as example so I don't mess up my document. Right, and maybe I'll show you first one of the sheets here before I mess it all up. So this first column would be the file just as it comes out of the PHP document. This second column I call single line. I could have probably renamed it a little bit better. But basically it takes everything that's just a single line and is a complete unit. For example, forum announcement. This makes it easier because I stripped away all the nonsense and just left what I needed to translate. The green area is where I actually put the translation. I'll hide the multi-line here. There's two columns multi-line, and then the result. In this document, there are no multi-lines, so I don't need to show them. Well, except here the top stuff that doesn't really need translating. So then the final result. Then when I want to compare in the end, I can hide single as well, and then I just have the original and the result and run through it, make sure it looks good. This I do with all the sheets. I can add columns and stuff here in the back if I want to, just to do some checkups, but not necessary unless you really need to do something. For right now, I'm going to work on just deleting all my sheets and all my connections. So delete all imported sheets here. It takes a little while because it's quite a lot of sheets. Only a few seconds though. After that, I'll delete all the connections and queries just to completely clean up any leftovers of my previous work. There it goes. All the sheets are gone. Delete all queries. This actually takes also a couple of seconds. One query per sheet so that I can write, I can reconnect to the file after I write into it from my document. Delete all connections. There's usually no connections. Right now I only have one file in here, but I need more. You select the browse button to open the folder. I already have done that, so I don't need to do that. I'll just fetch all the files within the directory. Yeah, actually, I took all the subfolders. I didn't want to do that, so I'll remove that and do it again, just to skip the admin folder, which I'm not going to do. And for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm not going to import all these files. I'll just take a few. Actually, one thing I want to tell you about is this index file here. I would rename that to like index2 because Excel does not like the index name. So you have to actually rename the folder there. Might update this one day to handle that, but right now I haven't done that. Renaming that file should work out just fine. Now I have 17 files that I've selected in my file manager, but none of them are imported here as sheets. Now I want to do that. I press the import translations button, and that sets off a Power Query loop, basically picking up each one of these sheets documents, creating a sheet for each with a connected Power Query. Um, after this is imported, I'll have all these sheets like you saw before. I have to start working on Translate. I can use Google Translate, just copy paste between Google Translate um, and Excel. So let's see here. This is taking a little while. It's normal. It takes a little while to input all these sheets. It's actually creating all the columns and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll just have to wait here for another few seconds. Here we go. All the sheets have been imported. This does take a little longer if you have so many. So it's actually good to do this in sections. Do this many, and then just delete these and do the next chapter. You can go through this. And I had some assistance here. I guess that's gone for now. So how this works? I would open my announcements. Here I have. It's right. I've already translated this file, so it's already here as Icelandic, which is fine. I can change it here to English, and then if I hide my two columns, this is the single. I'll hide them with pushing this button here, and then there's the multi. I'll hide that here. No, here. And now basically I have the file contents and the result. And as you can tell, this one area that I've changed is now in English. To write this to the PHP file, type here write translation, and I've already done that. Now, didn't change here yet, but the PHP file that this is connected to has changed. So if I reload the file, this will then basically get re-imported. And I'll see my change. Finished refreshing. Now this is a forum announcement. Yeah, basically that's the gist of it. The convenient thing about this is you can actually take a section like this, copy and paste to Google Translate, and back here, and get it started. That's really convenient when you have 600 lines of code and have some difficult words here to figure out what mean. Google does not do a good, perfect job, but it definitely gets you started. Very, very nice to start with that, and then just fix up the Google Translate errors. There are things that were happening here. Let's see if I can find an example here. Yeah, a bunch of this stuff. This had some issues when you copy it into Google Translate. Like, I'll just do that right here. Copy this. I have Google Translate here. Maybe I can show that on the video. Let me see this. Here we go. Google Translate. So I copied this here and I go back. You can see how this changed, and that's quite irritating. That's why I have a find and replace, where basically you can just put what you wanted. I'll copy this stuff over and paste it here. I pasted it to the wrong cell, right? Where did I copy? Here. Yeah, this is where I pasted. I copied this section. So now I've changed this back to English, but yeah, to fix this stuff, in the control panel under here, we have a find and replace with, and it's just a basic, you have to, it takes all spaces, so you have to, do things many times to get rid of spaces. Just create this on your own. I mean, I'll leave this what I have, but it's Icelandic, probably won't help very much. But where was I? I have no idea where I was. Here I was. So I want to change this BRBR, and I'll do hit find and replace, and then only this one worksheet will get edited, and I hope this will get fixed. We'll find out here. Yeah, so that got fixed. This is not perfect, so I always recommend anyway, once you finish, you hide and hide, and you can see it. Of course, opening it in Notepad++ afterwards, you can see if the stuff is light gray or not. Just to it's definitely going to be an error if it's not all light gray or some other text writer. In here, I started off using this, but in the end I ended up putting all these buttons just into each sheet just for convenience, and actually now that's mostly what I use. But it is possible to select files here and press find and replace, and it'll just do those files. You can also select like this, and it'll only pick the files that you selected. Don't pick an empty cell though. Writing translation, same thing. You can write the translation here just by selecting a few files or all of them or whatever you choose. If you don't want to go through each of these files and press write translations. Yeah, I believe that's it. Kind of a convenient way to work on this. Just to show how it works here, I'll show all. Okay, so now I made this change. You're only supposed to edit the green areas. The black areas should not need editing. Every once in a while, you can inside there's just a formula. These columns don't get updated when you're done. That is the green columns, they don't get updated. This one does get updated. So if you were to change something in here and rerun the query, I believe it would get removed. We can try it. Let's just add some text here. Reload the file. Yeah, it goes away. So everything else than the green stuff will get refreshed every time you reload the file. But your translation will stay the same. Of course, if there's new lines or something in your original file, in the PHP file, it will be in the wrong line, so you'll have to fix that. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, so now that I've reloaded this, I can write my new English translation into this file, just like so. And then reload the file. And now the PHP file itself has changed. Just time to upload it via FTP. All right, I guess that's my short little demo on how my translator works. It will get better. I'm not finished. I've finished a few files, but as I continue to translate, I keep improving this little tool of mine. I hope it's useful.